Day 5, we're going to evaluate our week, inspect, expect and inspect. Now, if you are doing the PDF, or whether you're doing it or not, the points that are written on day 5 are very important. You write down, how did you do on the goals? And if you completed the goals, what did you learn? If you didn't complete the goals, what did you learn? Because you either learned why you didn't and what you're going to do differently, or you learned something from completing the goals. So you write that down. You keep a journal of it. You put it in writing. You write down something that you learned about being a good listener this week. You know, one of our goals was to be a good listener. It was to be patient. It was to, you got to be before you do before you have. Well, the do part is what you write down. What did you do this week to be more patient? What is it that you did? I mean, it's not enough to just have a head knowledge of the quality of patience. What did you do this week to be an example of patience? What did you do? There's 3 stories on patience. You had 3 stories this week. You had the mule, you had the pump, you had the trouble tree. Those were the 3 stories that we talked about. Which one of those stories stuck with you? One of them made an impression. You may have been totally unimpressed with 2, but one of them stuck with you. Why? Write that down. And that's what day 5 is. That's the inspection day. Make sure that you're completing that portion of the curriculum so that you can keep a journal of how you're doing. Remember, you got to be before you do, you got to do before you have. You got to do. You got to exemplify, be a role model for patience. And when you do that, now you're on the road to being the best you that you can be.